Today's video is sponsored by the lovely people over at Aoa.com. If you're looking for a couple million runes, a shiny new weapon, or some fancy equipment, Aoa has got you covered. Better yet, use code EXPLOITS when you check out for 3% off your order.
If, like me, you're still looking for the recurring FromSoft NPC patches and his questline, making sure to ask every frog chap along the way, then this video is for you. Your first destination is Murkwater Cave in Limgrave, not far from where you first appear in the main overworld. If you're coming from the Agheel Lake North site of Grace, you want to make your way south down to the lakeshore and then follow the cliffs to the left, passing under the bridge to the north as you go. If this is your first time along this route, then you will be invaded by a red glowing NPC armed with a rather nasty, but very useful dagger that causes bleed damage, or hemorrhage damage, as it's called in Elden Ring. You'll know that you're going to be invaded, as if you're riding your horse Torrent, you'll automatically dismount and won't be able to remount or enter the cave that we need, which is just along the left hand side of the cliff wall here. If you're having trouble with this invading NPC, a friendly NPC with a big hat will eventually spawn in to help you, and you'll get the dagger when the invading NPC dies. Now that that's done, head into the cave on your left, making sure it's called Murkwater Cave, as there is another cave further up, but that one does not contain patches. Head into the cave and use the Site of Grace and rest up. We are not done yet. Next, as you head into the cave, you'll find some bandits. They are pretty weak, but can overwhelm you if you let them swarm you. If you hit the trap bells on the way in, it'll alert all the bandits at once, so try jumping over them to take your time with them. You can head down to the left to open a chest, or just immediately run into the right channel and through a yellow fog wall indicating a boss. Don't worry though, you'll be safe for now inside. You should see that there is no one there, but there is a locked chest. Open the chest and a familiar voice will brand you a thief. Patches will jump down from near where you came into the room, ready for a fight. He's pretty easy, but the key is not to go all out and batter him. Once he's low enough on health, he'll surrender. Stop hitting him and wait for him to stand back up. You have won. Now you can talk to Patches and forgive him for his behaviour. Make sure that you do this. To progress from here, travel back to the Murkwater Cave Site of Grace and rest. Then, head back to Patches. He should now be working as a trader and will sell you some bits and pieces. There should also be another chest now available towards the back of the cave. Open it and you'll be transported to the Mistwood area of Limgrave. But not before Patches has a go at you.
Well, well, well. I should have known, you scheming little thief. The gods demand vengeance! Vengeance!
On arrival to the wood, you'll be met by the most powerful creature in the known universe, a rune bear. In fact, several rune bears. If you haven't seen one of these before, I suggest grabbing a few extra pairs of underwear in the inevitable event that a bear scares the hell out of you with its many friendly and loving attacks. You will also find that you cannot just fast travel away, as Patches has also blocked that ability for now. What a guy. Fight or run away, it's up to you. I chose to bravely run away to a nearby Site of Grace. Resting at a Site of Grace will allow you to fast travel, so off we go back to Murkwater Cave to see our buddy Patches. Here he will scold you for stealing from the chest, but decide to forgive you all the same. Thanks, Patches. Oh, and by the way, Patches also sells an item that will help you with everyone's favourite first playthrough boss, Margot? Whatever their name is. A shackle that can help you out. So, why not give it a try? Keep talking to Patches until he tells you that he's moving locations. This is the trigger you need for him to move on. Next, you'll find Patches in the Liurnia of the Lakes area towards the south at the Scenic Isle Site of Grace. He'll still be here selling stuff, but will also tell you a couple of tips that we're going to look at now. The first tip is about a seemingly strange girl called Raya who's in need of some help. You'll want to find Raya and follow her questline to help you out with Patches' questline, so it's definitely worth doing. You can find Raya due east of Patches' location here in a little tower. Talk to her and she'll tell you that someone stole a necklace from her. Agree to help her and she'll tell you that it was another tarnished like you and that they are nearby. Head northwest from Raya's location until you see a small shack in the water. Round the other side you'll find our good friend Ross.
Marika's tits. You must be hungry.
Blackguard Boggart? Okay. Anyway, talk to this guy and he'll demand 1,000 runes for the necklace. You could just kill him, but then you can't taste his shrimp. The shrimp, and later on crab, increase your physical resistance for a while and can be very useful for bosses to tank a little bit more damage. Once you've bought the necklace from him, you can buy some shrimp from him. With the necklace, head back to Raya and accept a letter of invitation to Volcano Manor, which will come in handy later. Patch's second tip is a real good one. An instant route directly to the Erd Tree itself if you let yourself get eaten by a giant mechanical maiden.
It'll chuck you out straight at the base of the Erd Tree.
Sounds too good to be true? Well, It is. If you're curious though, head to the Schoolhouse Classroom Site of Grace inside the Raya Lucaria Academy. Turn around and run out the door towards the big wheel. Head to the far side of the wheel and drop onto the platform that is heading down. Stay on the platform until you fall safely right to the bottom. You'll be met by one of the mechanical maidens, which will no doubt destroy you. What you have to do here though is get your health low enough and then get caught in the maiden's grab attack. You'll know it's about to happen when the flaps open and some snake boys appear. They should grab you and munch you up. If done successfully, and it killed you at the same time, you'll be transported to the #1 Elden Ring holiday destination, Volcano Manor. As before with the previous trap, you're stuck here without the ability to fast travel. Follow the darker patches of black and orange lava, avoiding the bats, until you come across a way down. Carefully make your way down with the use of the platforms on either side. Eventually, you'll reach a normal looking area with a couple of very irritating enemies. Get past them, and then head up the stairs to a Site of Grace. Once you rest at the Site of Grace, you can either fast travel out or continue from the Site of Grace to a boss fight. To find said boss fight, head off the nearest side to the Grace Point and follow the rough passage into the cave in the distance. Once in the cave, you'll drop down to a lower level when the floor breaks underneath you. Pick up all the budding cave moss, because why not, and get ready for a very infuriating boss fight. If you're a lower level, you might struggle with this fight. Up ahead are 2 of the Iron Virgin Maiden thingies that ate you up earlier. Here I used Bleed, but then I was using a stronger character than the one I initially fought these bosses with. If you do manage to win though, you'll be rewarded with a great weapon if you want to cosplay as the devil. Other than that, there isn't much else to do here for our Patches questline. The next time you can meet up with Patches is often missed. I missed it myself the first time round. You need to head to Mount Gelman in the north of the map. You can get here easily without needing to beat any bosses and without using the Lift of Dectus, but progressing the main story will get you here eventually. Heading across the bridge to the Mount Gelman area, rest at the Site of Grace to the left. Next, get on your horse and charge northwest, keeping the mountainside on your left at all times. Up ahead, you'll see a fight going on between some soldiers and more of those Abductor Virgin Maiden things. Without stopping, keep going along the mountainside until you see a massive ladder on the left-hand side. Quickly get up that ladder. Hold the run button to climb a little bit faster. Hopefully, you evaded any incoming attacks and made it to the top. There is another Site of Grace just on the left here. From that Site of Grace, head west on horseback towards the siege tower, keeping to its right side. You should see a row of rocks heading off to the left. Jump over these rocks to the south. As you do, you'll see some rainbow stones of different colours telling you that all is going as planned. Just round the corner of these rocks on the left is our good buddy Patches. Talk to him and he'll tell you that this is a strange place for an encounter and that he's spotted some shimmering objects down from the cliff. Head to the cliff edge marked by the rainbow stones to the west. When you get to the right part of the cliff, a cutscene will start to play.
Well, if you really are that gullible... then stay away from the Volcano Manor!
What a surprise. It was another trap. This time with Patches' trademark boot you off a cliff trick. Down here are those annoying death frogs and a few items. I died here and respawned at the last Site of Grace on Mount Gelman. Head back to Patches, who tells you that he meant to warn you, but he then warns you away from Volcano Manor, Elden Ring's premium holiday destination. I'll give you one guess where we're going next. In order to get to the manor proper, you have 2 choices. You can walk or ride, or you can meet up with Raya, the girl whose necklace we rescued earlier. Assuming you did help her with the necklace, she'll be in one of 2 places. Just outside the Lift of Dectus, waiting for you once you've got both parts of the medallion, or she'll be in the Lux Ruins, which is down and to the left from the Lift of Dectus. Accept her invitation and you'll be transported to Volcano Manor. On arrival, activate the Grace site here and then go and talk to Tanith, the leader of the manor. She'll invite you to join up with them. Accept, and then we can go see Patches. She'll also give you a key to open a couple of doors here, which we'll come on to in a minute. To find Patches, however, head north from the Site of Grace through the door. Patches will be on the right against the wall. Talk to him and he'll be surprised to see you, telling you that he doesn't believe in any of the gibberish from the 2 fingers, so he decided to join the manor. Now, head back into the room with the Site of Grace and head west down the corridor. The second door on the left will open with the key from Tanith. Inside you'll see some NPCs, including Raya. On the table in the centre of the room will be an assassination contract to kill a fellow Tarnished. To progress Patch's questline, you will have to kill a couple of NPCs. All your targets, once given to you, will be shown on the map as a red circle to show you their location. The first target is north of the Warmaster Shack near Stormvale Castle. If you have the Warmaster Shack Site of Grace already unlocked, you can simply head north from here. You'll know you're in the right place as you will see a red summon sign on the floor. Activating this will invade the world of your target, Old Knight Istvan. He's pretty straightforward, but if you're struggling or at a low level like I was, you can simply wait till he does a jump attack and then do one of your own. Rinse and repeat. Once he's dead, you'll head back to your world and be rewarded with Istvan's scaled set of armour. Next, head back to Volcano Manor and talk to Tanith. She'll reward you with Magma Shot, a fiery incantation. You can continue the Volcano Manor questline by returning to the drawing room and picking up another letter for your next target. However, for Patch's questline, return to Patches and talk to him. He should give you a letter which was meant for him. Essentially, Patches wants you to do his dirty work for him. Your target is another NPC called Great Horn Tragoth. Be warned though, this NPC can be summoned for a few fights in Elden Ring, so if you kill him, that's it. To get to him, you have to complete the Ruin-Strewn Precipice dungeon that incidentally bypasses the Lift of Dectus. You can find the entrance north of the site of Dectus on the lakeside, but you'll need to travel west and then north to get down from here. You can also travel down from Bellum Church if you have the site unlocked. On the way through the dungeon, you'll fight miners and bats. Eventually, you'll reach the top and a Site of Grace, where you can challenge the boss, Magma Worm Car. Kill the boss and rest at the Site of Grace. Then, to the southeast of the Grace Point, you'll see another red summon sign. Time to kill another NPC. As with the last assassination mission, you can wait for him to swing his weapon and then get a quick hit in, or battle him with spells, up to you. Once he's dead, you'll get his cool looking armor set. Next, head back to Patches at Volcano Manor. He says he'll tell Tanith about your victory, but you're going to have to visit her yourself to get any further. Afterwards, return to Patches, you might need to rest at the Site of Grace to move this forward, and he'll give you a Magma Whip candlestick, the base stats for which are now on the screen. That's all for Patch's questline at Volcano Manor, so in order to progress you'll have to explore the manor further and eventually kill the boss here, Praetor Rykard. I won't spoil that here for you as it's a pretty fun fight that calls back to previous games in the Soul series. Anyway, once you've beaten the boss, Patches should leave the manor. If he's still hanging around in your game, try talking to him as much as possible until his voice lines stop changing and rest at a Site of Grace to move things along. Once he's disappeared, you can then find him at the Shaded Castle, which is northeast of the manor, as shown on the map. Get through this area and just before the boss, you'll find him slumped to the side on the left. If you already killed the boss, like I did, he will still appear here. He won't be available as a merchant, but he will give you some castanets that seem to have a connection to Tanith, leader of the Volcano Manor. And then, after reloading the area, he will mysteriously disappear. As of yet, he hasn't been found anywhere else. Perhaps he'll be in a future DLC, or maybe we just haven't found him yet. Farewell, Patches, for now.